You're listening to Contusion Broadcasts, where music leaves a mark, and the stories behind the music hits even harder.
Streaming doesn't push music, it tests it, and your listening history already shows which artist passed. In the last episode, we broke down the illusion, the idea that songs are still the center of everything. But if that's not what drives attention anymore, then what actually does? Because streaming platforms don't just distribute music, they observe behavior. And once you understand what they're measuring, the entire system starts to look different. Most people think streaming platforms promote songs, that if a track is good enough, the algorithm will push it out to more listeners. It feels like a pipeline, upload to exposure to growth. And in that model, success comes from quality, timing, momentum. But that's only part of what's happening. Streaming platforms aren't designed to push songs. They're designed to extend listening sessions. Every recommendation, every playlist placement, every autoplay decision is optimized around one question. Will this keep the listener here longer? So instead of asking, is this a good song? The system is asking, does this increase the likelihood of continued engagement? And that's a very different filter. If you look closely, the platform isn't tracking songs as isolated events. It's tracking behavior patterns. Things like, do listeners skip or stay? Do they replay or move on? Do they explore more from the same artist or leave? Do they return later or forget entirely? And over time, these signals build a profile, not just of the listener, but of the artist's ability to hold attention. This is where it shifts, because consistency changes behavior. When an artist has a recognizable creative identity, listeners are more likely to stay, more likely to explore, more likely to return. Not because every track is perfect, but because the experience feels coherent. That's why artists like The Weeknd or Billie Eilish perform so strongly in streaming environments. It's not just the individual songs, it's the continuity between them. Each interaction reinforces the last. From the outside, it looks like the algorithm picked this artist, but underneath, the system is responding to patterns. Repeat listening, catalog exploration, session duration. In other words, return behavior. So what looks like discovery is often just the platform recognizing that listeners keep coming back. Streaming doesn't reward songs directly. It rewards what songs create, ongoing engagement. And the most reliable way to generate that is through identity that people recognize and return to. At first glance, streaming feels unpredictable, like success is driven by luck, or timing, or exposure. But underneath that, it's measuring something much simpler. Not just what people click on, but what they stay with. If the system rewards what people return to, then most artists aren't losing because of their music. They're losing because there's nothing to return to. And that's what we need to understand next.
This has been Contusion Broadcasts, where music leaves a mark, and the conversation doesn't end with the song.